The Air Force has changed plenty since it was created in 1947. Something that hasn't changed, though, are the values that it instills in its servicemen and women who serve within it. These values can be found in A Profession of Arms, the Core Values, which is more commonly known as the Little Blue Book. This book demonstrates the core values and how you should live within them. When you turn to chapter 3, I'm going to start with our core values: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Going to integrity first, the Little Blue Book gives the definition as: integrity is doing the right thing all the time, whether everyone is watching or no one is watching. It is the compass that keeps us on the right path when we are confronted with ethical challenges and personal temptations, and is the foundation upon which trust and respect are built. Some words it associates with integrity first are honesty, courage, accountability, and humility, because you have to be able to build yourself up as an honest and accountable person for other people to put their trust into you, and people have to do the same for you to put your trust into them. Moving on to our next core value will be service before self. Some words of the Little Blue Book associates with this are duty, loyalty, respect. And I've got on and found some sources, and veterantribute.com had an article talking about a person who I think encompasses this really well, and it was Sergeant Paul P. Ramoneda. And his story is from August 5th, 1950. He was an airman serving at Travis Air Force. At the time, it was Fairfield Suisun Air Force Base in California. And while he was serving there, he witnessed a B-29 bomber crash as it was coming into land. Just out of the goodness of his heart and reacting to this emergency, he ran towards that bomber crash. And he saw, when he arrived, he found 8 service members trapped inside the bomber. And at hazard to his own personal health, he ran into the bomber several times to try and remove trapped crew members, getting a couple of them out. And then one last time he went in to get a crew member out as the bomber exploded, tragically killing him and the remaining crew members. But it's I think, a story that is an example of what service before self is meant to be, and that sometimes while you're in the military, you need to value the wellness of others above your own. And I think Sergeant Paul P. Ramoneda's story purposely encapsulates that. Moving on to our final core value, it's excellence in all we do. And the words associated with this are mission, discipline, and teamwork. And when you first hear excellence in all you do, you might think it's telling you you need to be perfect, you need to be excellent. But I don't think that actually is telling you what it's supposed to be about in the Air Force sense. And militarynews.com had a story published kind of over this topic. And they had a good quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that I'd like to share that kind of what encapsulates what I believe this core value to mean. MLK Jr. says, "If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause and say, he lived as a great street sweeper who did this job very well." I think what excellence in all we do really means is that you continuously work to get better and improve in anything that you are doing, and you never accept what you're doing as good enough, and you always acknowledge that you can get better and you can continue to improve. Overall, I hope that now that we've covered the Air Force core values, excellence in all we do, integrity first, and service before self, that you as the general public understand that these core values are instilled in every single member of the U.S. Air Force, and these are how we live our lives. Thank you.